Many thanks for staying with us. Now, Dr. Simon Bobo is a prolific writer, author, entrepreneur, relationship coach, as well as a transformational public speaker. He joins us in studio this morning to share information on his latest book titled Before I Do and After I Do. Dr. Simon, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing?
No, I'm doing so much great.
That's good to hear.
Thank the Lord for life.
That's good to hear.
Yes.
You're here this morning with a very interesting book titled Before I Do and After I Do.
Yes.
Please tell us about this book.
Well, this book is a masterclass on relationships. You know, it's a detailed masterclass on relationship. You get this book, your view and perspective on relationship will completely change. The days of trial and error will be gone. You know, I'm so passionate to write about relationships because we have to understand that societies, communities, great leaders, great people are byproducts of great relationships.
Exactly.
So I'm coming in with this knowledge so that people can understand, because a lot of people don't really understand what relationships are all about. When you ask many people, when I do premarital and marital counseling, you ask them, what is a relationship? You know, someone will tell you, you know, it's that thing that you say, I love you, someone say, me too. Then that's where the problem is, because a lot of people don't understand. Now, I just want to give you a brief synopsis on this. You see, the word relationship, right? In English, we call it a portmanteau. Now, a portmanteau is a word that is formed by combining two different elements to give a new entity. For example, the word breathalyzer is a word that is formed by combining the word breath and the second one, analyzer. The same with the word relationship. It's a portmanteau word that is formed by combining two elements, two words, two terms. The first one being relate. Now, the word relate means a connection with an understanding. The second one is a ship. The unfortunate part is that many people are connecting to people's outward external possessions, not to the person. And the ship is a vehicle that is a large vessel that symbolizes a journey that is a destination, right? A defined time of arrival. The unfortunate part is that life can be like a sea, sometimes turbulent, sometimes smooth. So we must make sure that the person we have in the boat we relate to.
And that's the important part before saying I do.
Yes.
Why do we go wrong in that respect?
Now, like I said, you see, this book, when you look at it, is titled Before I Do and After I Do. These are two sets of times when you look at it. Now, a lot of people, you will notice from August, the month that just ended, until December, hundreds, if not thousands, are enrolling in the school of marriage. They are saying, I do. You ask them, what are you doing? They don't even know what they are doing. You understand? So most of the times, by the time the priest is saying, do you do? A lot of people, they're already absent from what the priest is doing. They're already thinking about the honeymoon, because people take time to prepare for a wedding. They don't take time to prepare for marriage. So you find that when crisis starts to happen, a lot of people are not prepared enough. So when I'm talking about I do, I'm talking that, you see, you're about to make a decision in your life. Before you say I do, you have total monopoly over your life. You can decide where you want to go. You can decide what you want to do with whatever you have. But this time around, before you say I do, you're about to grant someone access into your life. And before you do that, you must know that the person you're about to grant access to is the right person, because consequences are more important than decisions. Now, I want to help someone understand that is watching right now. It has now been scientifically and medically proven that a wrong partner can reduce the quality of your life by 60%. Now, that's a very significant number. Yes. So you find many destinies, great careers are lost. Why? Because many people don't understand what a relationship is all about. Do you connect to someone? On what level? Why are you connecting to someone? Now, I want to break this down. To connect to someone, there are 4 different dimensions.
Yeah.
You connect to someone, first dimension is the spiritual dimension. The second one is the emotional dimension.
Yes.
The third one is the mental dimension. The fourth one is the physical dimension.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, many people connect
first
mostly
physical.
to the last one,
Exactly.
which is the
Yeah.
physical.
Exactly.
You understand? Then when life starts to play out, they suddenly realize that love is not in things, love is in people.
Exactly.
Very important.
Powerful.
Yes.
Powerful. There's always this interesting question around what happens after people formally get married. You know, you'd see relationships, you know, people moving in a certain direction, generally being happy.
Yeah.
But then something happens after they get married. But marriage is really just a continuation of your relationship, isn't it?
Yes.
It's just the seeking of permission in front of God or whoever you may believe in, so to say. But marriage, in essence, is a continuation of what you already have as a basis for a relationship, yes.
Yes. You know, I want someone to understand. It takes you, on average, 3 to 4 years to get a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Averagely per year, you're going to have at least 8 modules.
Exactly.
That means 8 textbooks.
Yeah.
By the time you finish, you have gone through 32 books for you to be a certified banker, a certified accountant, whatever profession. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, what makes people think that relationship don't require a reservoir of knowledge? A lot of people are deficient in the area of knowledge.
True.
Now, I want to help you to understand something. Life does not answer to age. Life answers to knowledge.
Exactly.
If you are not informed, you will be deformed.
Exactly.
If you are not updated, you will be outdated.
Outdated, yeah.
If you are not in the know, you cannot be in the flow.
Exactly.
Knowledge, what you know, determines how far you go.
Yeah.
You see that? So it's very important to understand that information is key to transformation. So a lot of people, they don't understand that you require a reservoir of knowledge.
Yes.
Now, after 4 years, even after finishing, a lot of people are even still confused.
Exactly.
They might even want to take
Am I in
further
the right
studies.
career? Yeah, exactly.
Now, you are going to be in a relationship where you are saying you want to be this your loved one for a lifetime partner, you know, all those things. How many books on relationships have you read?
Exactly.
So, because you see, life answers not to age, it answers to knowledge. When you find yourself, you're challenged in a particular area, it's pre-indicative that you're deficient in that area in terms of knowledge. So what you need, we wrote books like this, Before I Do and After I Do. There are signs that you must know before you marry someone. They are red flags. Don't ignore them, because if you fall into the euphoria of love, right? When you ask people, like I can give you an example, when I meet couples, premarital counseling, they're about to marry, I ask the lady or the man, why do you want to marry this man?
Exactly.
They will say, you know what, I love this guy is so charming. Then I say, you see what, a lot of people, I'll give this analogy, the Egyptians write from the right going to the left, which is called hieroglyphics.
Yes.
We write going from the left
to the right,
to the right, which is called sinistrodextral. So a lot of people follow what's popular, not what's right.
That's right.
So a lot of people say, no, just follow your heart as long as your heart agrees. But me, I use the hieroglyphics approach. I teach people, don't follow your heart. Follow what's right, because many things we want, many things our heart wants are not actually good for us. You see now. But you see, when you ask a lady, why do you want this guy? Oh, the guy is so charming. What is happening? Their heart is at play. Then I tell them the difference between charming and arming is the letter C.
Exactly.
Very important.
After I do, and just briefly,
Yeah.
what is it that people should look after getting married?
I always tell people marriage does not work. Marriage is caused to work.
Exactly.
Marriage does not work by chance. Marriage works by change.
Exactly.
A marriage does not have a characteristic of its own. It's two people that come. The quality of their personality is what will determine the outcome of that marriage. Because marriage is like an empty cup. It's a vacuum. If two people who are angry come together, they'll have an angry marriage.
Exactly.
If two people who are filled with love come together, they'll have a loving marriage. So it's not a characteristic that just forms on itself. No, there is work that is needed to be done. You work on yourself. Now, I want to bring this as on this as well. You see, the schools we go to,
yes,
they train us how to be a successful doctor,
yeah,
to be a successful banker, how to be a successful videographer, exactly, how to be a successful graphics designer. Yeah. But there's no school on earth that will teach you how to be a successful person.
Exactly.
You see now? So you find somebody that is a successful banker but has a failed home. A successful doctor has a failed home. True. Why? Because people are not taught how to invest in their own personality. Yeah. Your personality is what will determine how the structure of that marriage will look like. So this book now begins to address that area that is deficient, yeah, mostly in our society. What can you add to your personality that can determine the quality of the marriage that you're going to have?
Last question to you, Doctor.
Yes.
Is love enough?
Love is not enough, because love, number one, is not a feeling. That's where the problem is. A lot of people think that love is a feeling. Love is not a feeling. Mm-hmm. Love is commitment. Exactly. You see that? I will still love you even if I have better options. Mm-hmm. You see now? Because that's commitment. Exactly. But what do we find in our generation? Yeah. Because by the time many people are marrying, what they have in their mind, if it doesn't work, I'm already what? Exiting. Exactly. Now that's already a wrong foot, because you've already opened a window for failure. And when certain situations start to play out that you were not prepared for, yeah, because that window is already opened, yeah, you're likely to exit. But true, love is not a feeling, because most of the time you will not always feel like you want to be around someone. Yeah. But the commitment which you make is what will make you stay with someone, even when you have many reasons to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doc, thank you so much for being here and sharing your insights on all things relationship and marriage related. I'm sure there's a lot of insight in this particular book as well. Where can people get a hold of this?
Now,
just quickly.
Thank you. This book, you can get it on my website, www.simonbobo.com. All right. Or you can also call me. That's if you want an e-version of the book. Mm-hmm. You can get it on my website. Yep. Now, if you want a hard copy, you can call the number 085-391-9673. 085-391-9673.
Thank you so much for being here this morning again.
Thank you.
All right. There you have it. That was Dr. Simon Bobo. He is the author of the book titled Before I Do and After I Do. He's also a relationship and marriage counselor, just sharing his insights on what should happen before marriage and what should happen after marriage. Do stay with us.